go, sir. Okay, well, whenever you want to start, Naya, you are good to go, my friend.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us today. It is here on Music App. We are here with the one and only Soopa Mooni. How you doing? How you doing? Tell us how you doing.
Oh, man, it is a great day.
All right. Well, we interviewed you before up in Canada. Now we hear you got a songs you finna drop or whatever from the Soup Kitchen. What's going on? Tell us about that. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, I just dropped the EP this morning, last night is
Okay.
Kitchen Tracks EP. Going crazy.
Well, tell us a little bit of how, what started making, a couple of songs on. I mean, how you still make, rock.
I caught most of it. But it's just a few of these songs are a bit older than most people will actually know. But for the most part, it's just some hype tracks, man. It was all some club joints I had sitting around. I was like, I really want to put these together, kind of spice them back up. The Sauce track I got is probably one of the newer ones on there, and Apple Music already got it as the popular track off the EP, so it's doing pretty well.
So, I mean, how was your feeling in making these songs? I mean, where did you go in your mindset? Are these songs that you just woke up and just writing down, jotting down? Or are these songs that you already had written down? Tell us a little bit about them.
Oh, yeah. A few of them was already written, but even those, a lot of the idea just comes from, like you said, one of them was random wake-ups, and I'm a real animated guy, so I'm always mocking or mimicking things, like especially from movies or something, and if something funny just pops in my head, I say that sentence over and over, and sometimes those even becomes like the first line in the song.
So I know we interviewed you before, but tell the fans and everything who's watching on this Music App a little bit of how you got into the music industry. Where did it all begin?
The day it began, I was probably 7th grade, and my older brother was in a group of like 7. It was like a real Wu-Tang vibe, and they did a talent show. And it was literally off the crowd's reaction. I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I was probably like 12, 13. So I knew right then, I seen people jumping up. I seen them jumping off stage, dancing and thizzing and all of that. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Like right then and there. Like.
So from there, it's history, huh?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, from the tracks, from the music that you're coming out with, your Soup Kitchen, tell us how you thought of the name.
Shout out my man Abnorm. So he actually came up with the name. It was kind of a poll. Kind of took a poll, like what ideas y'all got. I had a good 4, 5, 6, but I really wasn't feeling them at that point. And so 4th of July. And he said Soup's Kitchen. I was like, you know what, that's funny. And then I thought about it some more. Like, that's actually good.
All right. So name one of these tracks that just appeals to you the most? Like at all these tracks that's on this album or that you just dropped, which one took a feel to you the most out of all of them? Is it one kind of just draw to more than the others?
Yeah, the one I listen to definitely the most would be the first single, the 4 a.m. track. It's I can roll around to it all day. It's a real bouncy joint. I love bouncy songs, so I made that one and the songs. They're a lot alike because I wanted that real bouncy feel, that real southern bounce to the album. Okay. But one that really speaks to who I am and what I've been doing most of my music career would be the intro track, the timepiece freestyle. Excuse me. That one is like that's probably the hidden gem, and it's right there.
So you saying that you put a lot of feel, a lot of your life span into these tracks, or whatever. They're just not music; they're basic experience that you went through. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, even no matter how wild it may sound, even on these party tracks, it's like I've actually done those and been in the middle of those type of situations.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, yeah. So it's definitely it definitely comes with experience. It makes it a bit easier to write it when I know how to when I could think of a situation that I've been through. I just gotta make it rhyme at that point.
Yes. So oh, I'm so sorry. I lost my train. So, how do you feel that you have grown from like your first like album or your first couple of songs to this album now? Do you feel that it has has gotten, you know, deeper, stronger? Your feelings have gotten a little bit into your music. How do you feel you've grown from your first track to this one?
For the most part, I found a way to, I guess, be stubborn but not be stubborn. If I can explain that, because music scene, the music vibe, the music feels changed, especially from the first time I dropped an album. And as far as like what people wanted to hear, so the goal instead of like, oh, let me just stick to my guns, was to find a way to, I guess, in layman's terms, say what I want to say on the type of music they want to hear, on the type of sound they want to hear. And then after doing that so much, I learned to like the sound myself. So it was like
Right.
it wasn't that hard after a while. I was like, oh, I really like these bouncy joints. And then like I really had to dig back because as a kid, the first tape I ever had, like cassette tape, was Guerrilla Warfare from. So that's kind of where the first single comes from too. Like I said, everything stems from my life. Like that was me and my two brothers in my mom's van. We was riding to Guerrilla Warfare all the time. That or DMX, but mainly Guerrilla Warfare. So it really, like I said, it does stem from there. But I figured I make it how I want to, and still make it to where they can dance to it, or they can where they can basically dance to it, club to it, ride around to it. And if I still need to get a message across, I can get them.
Yeah, yeah. So do you, the we? I know I asked you this in the first interview about like your trials and tribulations or any issues that came about in your process or your, you know, your history of doing this music industry. Of course, it's not easy. You know, you're gonna go through stepping stones. You're gonna go through, you know, doors that maybe close on you and doors that maybe open up. How are you going through those things, or how did you go through those things, or how did you, you know, come across those things and get out of it doing this album that's coming out?
Um, Believing in who I was and what I was, or what I had going before those trials and those tribulations, or those
Yeah.
trials do, you know what I mean? Before they hit, and when they hit, I just had to remember who I am, who I was before then, and what I was doing. And it's really just sticking to the script because I've had like two big ones in my life that I could say, well, one really didn't set me back, especially in hindsight and compared to the second one. But my daughter passing was really the one that set me back for a couple of years. But even within those times, it was remember who you was, remember what you could do, remember what you have done. Progression, progression, progression. I've progressed my way out of all of that.
Yes, I mean, and I'm so sorry about that. But yes, those things can draw you back. And with the COVID that's still happening, and all this kind of mask wearing and stuff like that. I mean, you dropping this album when you're dropping it, you know, and basically when we just got out of what we're still in it. June, you know, we're in the Juneteenth, or you
Yeah.
know, drop that month there. So this is the perfect time to drop that album or whatever. Do you feel that your album gasped to the month that that we're in?
Yeah, I definitely do, man. It even as I'd imagine some people would view the cover art in a negative light. Of course, it's a negative situation, but it does speak to who we are as people, doing what we have to do to get where we got to go.
Yeah.
Like the principal in House Party 2's one of my favorite. It is my favorite second movie. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And he told him at the end, he said, sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do to get to where you want to go. And
Right.
that cover could easily illustrate that because it's not something I do. Um, yeah, I've I've did what I've had to do back in the day, but it's definitely like I've found my way out of that type of atmosphere. But
Okay. And
in the sense, it's an ode. It's a
yes, yes. Tell us where are you from? Tell us where you grew up.
Oh man, most of my life until about after high school, I was in Kansas City, Missouri,
Okay.
and there down south. I spent some time in Baltimore and New York. I lived about a year and a half in Portland, Oregon. So after high school, I went to college, dropped out, and I just kind of circled the country.
Yeah, but you got a lot of experience in your music career. You never let that go. So that's all that matters, you know. And now you're dropping your album. You know, you're speaking to us by word. Like you said, you're putting a lot of your life into the album or whatever. So once we listen to it, we'll know exactly how you feel. Why don't you tell the audience where we can find it at? You know, you drop your album. Where can we find your album at?
Oh man, I'm on Spotify right now. I'm on Tidal as well. For everybody that's got that, I'm on Apple Music for all my iPhone users. Deezer, YouTube, we everywhere right now. I'm about to do a live performance of the whole EP here Sunday, so y'all definitely be on the watch out for that too. I'm a live streaming on Facebook. I'm gonna set up the eMusic Live and everything. We're gonna get it going.
All right, awesome. So where can we find you at, other than your album? If someone wanted to reach out to you, tell us a little bit where we can find you at.
Find me on Facebook, Soopa Mooni. Find me on Twitter at DJ Soopa Mooni, a DJ as well. Find me on Instagram, the real Soopa Mooni. July 10th, find me in Laredo, Texas, man. Got a big show going down there, headlining show. They bringing all the people out. It's been crazy. They've been posting flyers like back in the day as well.
All right, all right. Well, thank you guys for watching on Music Cap. We are here again with Soopa Mooni dropping his album, Soup Kitchen. You guys go and get it. Go and listen to it. He said it's got a lot of hip music to it, a lot fitting in with this month that we're in right now. Thank you so much for your time, Soopa Mooni. We look forward to interview you again.